Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are completely nakers in the facial region, which can only mean one thing. I've completely given up. Or we're gonna do makeup today. Yeah, I know a lot of you have been asking about this, and I know a lot of you are beginners, so we're gonna go kind of in depth and talk about everything, okay? So I'm probably gonna make this a two-parter, but I'm being very ambitious today. It's my day off. I'm gonna try and film basically 3 videos today, and then I'm just gonna kind of edit them throughout the week and post them up. So if you haven't subscribed already, you need to hit the subscribe button and you need to ring the bell so you'll know exactly when I've actually done something. Okay? So, before we get into doing the makeup, I wanted to touch a little bit on skincare, because if you don't know your skin type, then you're not going to know the right kind of foundation to get, the right kind of like cleansers to buy. It's very important. So we're going to set on that. There's basically 4 types. Okay, there's oily, combination, normal, and dry. Your girl's on the dry end. I don't like it, but that's where I am. If you're oily, like basically just like look in a mirror and kind of see what's going on with your face. Okay. Like if you're shiny everywhere, you've got oily skin. And what really helps with that is activated charcoal. Clay is really good for that. Doing clay masks, like it's just going to draw out all the extra dirt and all the extra oil that are in your pores. So anything with charcoal or clay, and it's just do some research, you know, like there's all kinds of things out there that can help you, but those things are really, really good for oily skin. Okay. Combination skin, like you're basically normal everywhere, but you got some spots that need a little extra attention. Okay. I would kind of follow the same regime as I would if you were having oily skin. Just doing clay, like, or charcoal, like basically like your T-zone probably is like the worst spot if you have combination skin, but like wherever you're having problems, like that's a good place to start. It's just kind of a little extra attention, a little extra product in the places that you need it, and then you can use whatever else works for you everywhere else. But your problem areas, you're gonna have to kind of focus on those. Normal skin, you guys, you've won the skin lottery, okay? Like you can basically do whatever. Just know when you're staring at the mirror, you're like nearly perfect skin. The rest of us, we kind of hate you. Just a little bit. We hate you. Okay. You can use whatever, basically, like barring any kind of allergies or if you have sensitive skin. Everything is going to work for you. The world is your freaking oyster. And like I said, we hate you. Just know that. We're watching you with your perfect skin. Then there's dry skin. I'm kind of like normal-ish going towards dry, especially like going into winter now. Like I can feel my skin drying out. So 2 of the things that I really like to use are this Neutrogena Clear Pore Cleanser Mask. Now, you can actually just use this as a cleanser, or you can leave it sitting on and it dries to a mask, but it actually goes like really deep into your pores to get like all the stuff out, because I also have large pores, which we're going to talk about when I get into priming. But this is actually really, really good. I really love it. It's by Neutrogena. I've used Neutrogena since I was a teenager. It's just a brand that I know and I trust, so I stick with it. But there's all kinds of brands, there's all kinds of products. Like you just kind of have to research, know your skin type, and find a formula that will work for you. Okay. I also really, really like this. It's also Neutrogena, but it's an oil-free acne wash. Oil-free, if you're oily skinned, that's something you want to look for. But this is actually like really good. It has like little, sort of like take all the dead skin off your face. Like it's really, really good. I really like it. So there's that. Okay. Now moisturizers, there's all kinds of moisturizers out there that kind of cater to different skin types again. So really, you just need to know your skin type. Look in a mirror, figure out what's going on with your face, see what category you kind of fit into, and go from there. To like moisturize my skin, like, because honey, we're dry, okay? Like, I have to moisturize, like, I have to, or I feel like I'm shriveling up into like a little raisin, okay? I am in love with this. It's Sunday Riley Vitamin C Rich Hydration Cream. It is super, super hydrating. I love, 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 love it. I got it in my Ipsy box 1 month. And when I got to like halfway point on this, I was like, you know, I need to look into where I can buy this because I want to buy this. It's 65 bucks. If you're like me and you're like, cool, that's a lot of money. I did find a dupe at TJ Maxx. Y'all know I love shopping at TJ Maxx. This is Andalou Naturals Probiotic Plus Vitamin C Renewal Cream. Now the packaging looks a lot different. It looks like there's like way more product in this, but it's actually the same amount. And the formula feels pretty much exactly the same. So this is like 22 bucks, I want to say, at beautylish.com, which is my favorite website to buy makeup off of. If you've never visited that site, it is amazing. If you have like $35 or more, you get free shipping to get it shipped to Missouri. It's tax-free. So basically, if you're paying more than 35 bucks for whatever you're buying, you're literally just paying for like the actual price of the item. There's no tax, there's no shipping. Like, I love that site so much. Oh my God, I'm like constantly on it. So check that out. Like, honestly, it's a great way to save a few bucks and get what you want. And also, like, they have a payment plan where you have like so much in your cart, you can actually split it up into like different monthly payments. So if you're like me and you're on a beauty budget, it's a great place to check out. Now, we've talked about cleansers. We've talked about moisturizers. It's time to talk about makeup now. Yay! The moment you've all been waiting for. Now, before you get started on doing your makeup, you want to prime your face, okay? This is my holy grail primer. It is by Benefit Cosmetics. It's called the Pore Primer. And it actually does like cover up your pores. Like, I'm just going to do like half my face and then show you the difference between this side and this side, because it seriously does so much. I love it. I think there is a dupe. I've heard tell of a dupe. I haven't tried it out yet because I have so much of this. But Maybelline has like a baby skin, I think, or something. It's something baby in the title of it, but it's supposed to be a dupe for this. And I want to explore that at some point as soon as I run out of this and the backup that I bought during the 21 days of beauty haul at Ulta. Hi girls, I see you. This is amazing. That's all I gotta say. It's amazing. So I'm gonna put this on half my face so you guys can see. And honestly, you just need like a little bit. Like, this is how much I'm doing for half my face. Hi. A little bit goes a long way, and it's like so good. Oh my God, it's so good. So I'm just gonna kind of dab it on, and we're gonna smooth it in. And then I'm gonna do a close-up so you guys can see. And like, I'm not even doing like the whole face, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of doing the main areas. Like, I have like smile lines because I smile a lot. I'm happy. Hi. And right under the eyes. Like, you want to be kind of gentle going through there because the skin is actually really sensitive underneath your eyes. Okay, now I'm trying to get this to focus. There we go. You can kind of see the difference here. Like, I did it on this side. So see, like, you don't really see the pores so much on this side. This side, you can kind of see them a little more. You see what I'm saying? Like, this primer is amazing. All right, now I went ahead and I primed the rest of my face. We're going to get into foundation. I prefer using a beauty blender, but you can also use foundation brushes, which I've tried once and I didn't really like it. Like, It might have just been the brush. I don't know. Like, I just got a cheap one off of Wish because I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna like doing my makeup that way. So I'll just get like a cheap brush. And then if I kind of like it, then I'll get like a quality brush, you know? Like, that was my thought process, but I didn't really care for it. So Beauty Blender it is. Now, I've already got my Beauty Blender wet, but I do have a dry one here just to compare. Exact same Beauty Blender, but you can see this one is like nice and plump and ready to go. You want to get it wet. You want to squeeze all the excess water out because it is a sponge, okay? That's what it does. Now, because it is a sponge, it is going to soak up a little bit of the product that you put on there, which is why a lot of people prefer brushes because it doesn't take the product, so you are actually getting more use out of your foundation that way. But I just like the application this way. And my dog is barking. Buck says hi, everyone. Bug, quiet. He's outside, but I have the window open because it was really warm in here. Today I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. It has kind of like a luminous, like kind of satin finish. That's something you want to know. If you're like dry skinned, like anything that's like luminous, like it's going to be somewhat more hydrating than like other foundations. I actually prefer kind of like a medium coverage, but there's medium, there's kind of a natural coverage, which is like light basically, or there's full coverage, which is like you're just plastering your face basically. I prefer medium, that way you can kind of build it up where you need it and you can just kind of let it look natural where you don't. This is where knowing your skin type is going to help you though, because like if you have oily skin, a lot of times you kind of want like a full coverage because it's actually going to like soak up more of the oil. I prefer medium coverage. Like that's my lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane. Okay. I actually really like this foundation. It's not my holy grail. Some of you know I've been like on the search for a holy grail foundation, but the Lancome Taint Idol, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I don't speak French, okay? Pardon-moi. But that's like the closest to what I'm like looking for in a foundation, but like it's been so hard to find a good like long-lasting foundation that's actually going to not get into like my little cracks and all of that. So that's been my my trouble. But what I like to do, and I'm gonna kind of lean in here because I realize I'm really far away from this camera, is you just kind of put little splats all over your face, okay? And then we're gonna go back in and blend, baby. Blend, okay? And you want to make sure you get like a nice even layer everywhere. And you have to get your neck and your ears. Now, a lot of times I don't do my ears because I'm doing my makeup before I go to work, and I usually end up with the drive-through headset on. And I try not to cake my makeup all over the place. Believe it or not, I try. It kind of ends up all over the place anyway. I put a little extra foundation on my eyelids to kind of help later when you're doing eyeshadow, because I don't really like eye primer. That's just my personal preference. Blending down to the neck. Although this is actually really close to my natural skin shade, so if I don't blend perfectly, you're never gonna know. But I have actually come into work. Oh my gosh, okay, there was one time. Let's talk about beauty blenders, okay? I had gotten this stick foundation that was like a dual-ended thing from Smashbox. That was like foundation on one end and contour on the other. And I was barely awake, started doing my makeup, did not realize I had the contour end. Started putting lines all over my face, and I was like, this looks really dark. But I started blending it out anyway, and then I looked down and I realized I had put the contour end all over my face like it was the foundation end. So then I had to go back in with the foundation and like redo all the high points of my face like crazy and like blend it out, and it looked okay. I just looked super, super tan that day, and as y'all know, I'm a pasty Peggy, so that was like really out of place. But you can always blend your mistakes away, guys. Learn from me. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with concealer. Now I'm sure a lot of you were expecting me to be using my Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer, but I don't have it with me today. I'm sorry. But the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer is like my go-to. It's just as good as the Jeffree's, but it's like $5 at Walmart. So, hi, I love this. And actually, I really, really love this doe foot applicator. Like, it's big, and it like really gets a lot of product on there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in under our eyes to hide all of our mistakes, because y'all know I don't sleep. And then you just kind of want to go along the high points of your face. Okay. And then we're going to blend that out. And then I actually have a little bit of hyperpigmentation. Like, you can barely see it. But now that I have foundation on, I should have shown you before I did my foundation. I'm sorry. But I like to take a color that's like close to my foundation color. This is actually a Too Faced Born This Way concealer. But I go over that with that, and then it'll kind of blend in, and you'll never know that I have a weird little splat on my lip that doesn't quite look right. At least that's the goal. All right. So now you're going to take your beauty blender again and just blend all of that out. And I'm going to get my little trusty mirror here. We're working with a cheap little goodie mirror. However, I think I have a mirror in my mystery boxes. We're going to be filming that later. So I will have a patented Jeffree Star mirror, and I can't wait. We're just gonna kind of go in, and then you notice I did that on my eyelid as well. Again, I don't like eye primer, so I do foundation and I do concealer and I do a little bit of setting powder up there, and then I also kind of set it with a really light shade of eyeshadow, and that kind of holds everything in place without having to use a sticky eye primer. Like, I've tried some, like I have one that's like a sample from ABH. That's Anastasia Beverly Hills, for those of you who aren't in the know, like us cool kids. But every eye primer I've ever tried, I can literally feel like this part of my eye sticking to this part of my eye when I use it. Like, I hate that feeling. I hate it. Oh, ugh. So I don't prime my eyes. I'm a rebel. Eh. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to do setting powder. And this time I will be promoting Jeffree Star. Hi, how are ya? This is actually a very finely milled setting powder, which is also really, really good for baking if you like to do that. Who's got the time to bake, you know? For those of you who don't know what that means, basically you just take a whole bunch of powder and put it like under here and kind of here and like up here, like just like the high points of your face, and you let it sit for a while. And it's supposed to kind of give you like an airbrushed look, but I don't got time for that, okay? I just don't. Like, I love playing with makeup, but I also don't want to spend like an hour doing my face. So I do this. Oh, hi Johnny. Hi. Hi bud. All right. The eyes. Hi baby. Hi. The dogs are in now. Because if I don't set my under eye, then whenever I bring like an eye shadow down to kind of smoke out my eyes, it ends up coming down here, and you don't want that. So I have to set my eyes, y'all. And then I also kind of set the smile lines on my face so they don't crack so much and my foundation lasts a little longer. And I kind of get into the crevice here on the nostrils, just because that is kind of a known place where foundation will crack. So basically you're just kind of trying to like reinforce your foundation and keep it where you want it. All right, this next step I actually learned on a YouTube video. And it's specifically for people with dry skin. So if you have normal oily combo skin, you probably don't need to do this, but this actually kind of helps keep your face moisturized and hydrated, and it helps your foundation last longer. So I'm gonna go in with setting powder. This is actually something my aunt picked up for me at TJ Maxx. Again, it's Skin & Co. Truffle Therapy, but you can use it as a setting powder. But it actually has like peppermint oil in it, so it has like a nice like cooling effect. Which, girl, I need. It's still warm in this place. So, yeah, spray that all over. And then you're gonna go back in with your beauty blender and kind of press it into the skin. And again, not all of you need to do this, but if you're like me and you have dry skin, this is actually very helpful. I've done it without doing this, and I can tell a difference, honestly. So, not that I want to give credit to her, but thanks, Laura Lee, because I learned that from her. All right, now we're going to get into contour. This is something I also learned from YouTube videos, but I actually learned this from Mama Jeffrey. Thanks, Jeffrey. There's different kinds of contour. There's like powder, there's the stick like I had the mishap with, and then there's creme, which is what I'm using. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills. Once again, I found it at TJ Maxx, but it's really, really good. And then I have an actual contour brush. That's what it's actually for. This is Real Techniques. It's a very good brand. I highly recommend it. It's actually pretty cheap. And again, I found it at TJ Maxx. But even like retail price, they're not that expensive. So I recommend it. And, oop, almost broke my mirror. Bad luck for me. Okay, so what you want to do is kind of find like the hollow of your face. Like for me, it's like right here. And then you're going to kind of start like in the middle of there and then blend it back towards your hairline. Okay? And then that's going to kind of make you look snatched. And then you're going to do the other side. Blend it back towards the hairline. And you can make weird faces so you know where you're going. I recommend it. I mean, I just make weird faces anyway. Y'all know me. I don't know why I'm pretending. All right, now, for my chubby girls, okay? If you go under the jawline, like this, it actually kind of helps you look like you actually have a jawline instead of just a fatty neck. You're welcome. And we're gonna do the other side, cause we don't want to look fatty on one side and not the other. I don't know why I'm singing to you guys, I'm sorry. All right, now you want to do kind of up here in the hairline, and it's just going to sort of bring your face out. So kind of over here by the temple. Oh yeah. Okay, now we all know James Charles likes to snatch his nose. I do too, but I don't have like the little special nose contouring stuff, so I just like very strategically place this on my face, okay? So you just kind of want to go along like the outside of the ridge of your nose on one side, and then on the other, and it's going to kind of make your nose look a little more narrow. I don't know if you can tell a difference, but I can tell a difference, okay? It makes me happy, so I do it. And that is how you contour your face. Now, I think that's going to be like a good stopping point for this part. And then on the next part, we're going to go over highlighting, which is my favorite thing ever. Oh my God, if I could just cover my entire body in highlight, I totally would. Y'all know I would. And we're going to do the eyes and the brows. I don't know if y'all noticed, we got a situation here. We're going to show you how to take care of that. All right, so like I said, subscribe, hit the bell, and you're going to know when I finally get these videos edited and put up. I'll see you in the next one.